obviously having some internet concerns, but it is what it is. So tell me all about yourself. You're from the friendly city of.
I'm originally from Yonkers.
Oh, never mind.
I've
You ain't from
been.
anymore. I'm over it now.
Did you say I was frozen again?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I'm from Yonkers. And I've spent some time in a few cities, Poughkeepsie, Bridgeport, and now I'm back in Yonkers.
Okay, cool.
So
How do you like Yonkers? People from Mount Vernon were like Yonkers.
yeah, and people from Yonkers are like Mount Vernon. And I don't know why. There's always been this rivalry when I was coming up, but there's pros and cons. There's a lot I like about Yonkers. It's home.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
it's home. It's convenient to the city, but it's not in the city, so you get kind of the best of both worlds. Pretty cool.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So tell me about what's the name of your company?
The Wellness Connection. You want to hear more about
Tell me
that?
all about it.
um, so basically it started, I started at the beginning of 2020 and it really has morphed. And the reason why I started was because I had a lot of things planned and they were all
Mhm.
wellness related and they were all in person. And all of a sudden COVID came and it hit us. And it was just like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? So I wanted to find a way to keep people connected.
Mhm.
Um, so I was working with, a couple other people that are in the wellness field and doing various different things. And just sort of at the time was really just sharing things online virtually,
Mhm.
just to sort of support people during this crazy time. But it really is about balancing spiritual, physical, mental,
Mhm.
and just taking all those pieces and putting it all together. Because a lot of times, we'll go for to a doctor and they address physical. We'll go to a therapist and they're addressing mental. So it's just, and we're not in compartments like that.
Yeah.
Where everything is working together and everything is overlapping. So just um, acknowledging that. So during that time, like I also went through my own transformation, and I've had years of experience in mental health. I'm a
Okay.
clinical social worker,
Mhm.
um, but also feeling like that was not enough, especially working with communities, that I'm familiar with, are Black and Brown communities that don't have the access to the mental health treatment, or will not go. How can we support people in those communities? And then so I came across a program. Well, I actually started doing yoga myself more consistently because I had more time, and then I wanted to learn more, so I enrolled in yoga teacher training um, for my own personal growth. But as I was doing it and completing it, I had a lot of people reach out to me and ask me to teach classes and to teach them, and it was just like, no, I don't want to teach anyone. But but then I was like, what's going on? Why do people keep asking me for this? People are
Yeah.
asking because they need it.
Mhm.
People are going through a lot. They don't know how to deal with it. They need something to help them cope, to help strengthen them. So I realized, if this is something that I have, why am I
Mhm.
keeping it to myself? People are
Yeah.
asking for it, people need it. So, it's my duty to share.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's really along the lines of how it all started. So, I studied yoga. Um, I became certified as a life coach. And these are all things that I sort of was drawn to naturally, and just started with my own like personal growth.
Mhm.
Um, and as people learned that I was doing it, they reached out to me and, questioned and asked for help. And so um, that's where we're at now. So I offer, a array of services, usually overlapping, but it's partially counseling, partially coaching, partially yoga
Mhm.
therapy, meditation, um, and recently I added on energy healing with Reiki. So I went to yeah.
Ooh.
I completed level 2 Reiki healing. Again, that was just something that sort of came to me. It's just really interesting. If you listen and you observe, the universe does talk to you in ways. And it came to me, and I feel like it's just all aligned in terms of what I need to be doing.
No,
Yeah.
I totally understand because I'm
Yeah.
completely. People ask me like, "Are you Are you religious? Stuff like that. I'm like, no, not really. I'm very spiritual, and I'm
Yeah.
completely connected to the universe and the power of the universe. And as you see my background, my screens, the universe, because that's just how
Yeah.
much it means to me and how much I relate to it on a day-to-day basis. And some people really can connect to the world. Definitely one of those people who can connect a lot differently. My issue with that and connecting all those different things together. So how will people get in contact with you in order for your services? Are you just like doing consistent classes, or how are you really working it now? Is it all in person? Do you do it online? Like, what is your system?
My system is so my system is going to where people are. I
Okay.
don't have a studio. I don't have people come to me. I'm going to be offering classes at Zamba Aroma monthly. I don't have
Mhm.
the schedule out yet, unfortunately, but starting January, we'll be having monthly workshops at Zamba Aroma. And then people could contact me online. It's the Wellness Connection LLC.com, or on Instagram or Facebook, also the Wellness Connection LLC. But I do individual consultations and try to work with an individualized plan, because everyone is different and everything, doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah.
And just depending on what they're going through and what their needs are, to tailor that for them.
Yeah, I feel. I just did hot yoga the first time was last week Saturday. It was quite amazing.
Oh,
I thought
oh
I was
yeah.
gonna die and I didn't. I made it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little intimidated by that. I'm gonna let you know. I don't like being hot, so everything isn't for everyone.
Oh
But I've heard
yeah.
great things. I've heard great
Yeah, you know
things.
what? I'm telling you, I think it was the best stretch I had in mind in a long, long time, and I had so much tension. So I really like yoga. Somebody invited me. I said, sure, I'm gonna go. And I don't even do yoga on a regular basis. Like I don't. Honestly, I'm with that. I
Yeah.
can't even say I really even do yoga because I don't. So I went in there and I was able to hit all the moves. I was very excited.
Oh, that's nice. That's great. Yeah, so that's the thing a lot of people don't know, that there's different types of yoga. But people are
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't like yoga. I tried it and like it, but there's so many different types. So I feel like there's something out there for everyone. And I
Mhm.
also, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm a student of Ayurveda, because I have like some certification in Ayurvedic nutrition, but it's something that people spend years and years studying to be a true Ayurvedic practitioner. So I'm certified as an Ayurvedic nutritionist. So I know a little bit about the doshas and how that you know is affected by daily practices. So the idea is that everyone has a different constitution that's dominant in their body, and different practices are, work better for different people. And also depends on the time of year and times of day. So some people may gravitate towards hot yoga, while other people need something that's more cooling and calming, depending on your constitution, just to sort of
Mhm.
balance out your system. So if you're someone that's already like really, really high strung, then you might need like a calm and cooling practice to balance out, just that hyper activity. And if you're someone that's really low key and mellow, then you need something that's a little more warming and more upbeat to sort of balance that out. Yeah.
Interesting thoughts. So do people
Yeah.
do yoga in freezers?
I don't know about freezers, but they may do it in cold temperature. And there's some, like, let's just say, for example, like yin yoga is more of a cooling. They say you should do it early in the morning. Like you shouldn't like engage in any physical activity first. You don't want your body to be too warm. So it's like something you do like when you first wake up and your body's still like at a cool temperature. But
Mhm.
I don't know about the freezer. Yeah, yeah,
I'm just saying. They do
yeah.
hot
If you
yoga.
do
Is
it,
it like ice yoga? Like with these? Does that exist?
yeah. I'm sure it probably exists somewhere.
You should make
There's
it exist since you don't like being
Yeah,
hot anyway.
that's not for me. I don't like being cold either. I need something in between. But there's all time, like when I didn't even know there was like such a thing as trap yoga. There's people that do trap yoga, and
Hey,
yeah, yeah.
I
Which
wonder
I
what
love
that's
it,
like.
because the young people are coming and owning it. They're like, listen, this version isn't for me. I'm gonna adapt it to something that is for me, which is great.
I have a friend who would probably really like trap yoga.
Yeah.
She likes trap everything. And I'd be like, we're like 41. She's like, so I'm like, all right, whatever works for
Age
you,
is a
boo.
number. Right,
It
right,
definitely
right.
is. It definitely is just a
Yeah.
number. Because I still tell her I don't know if she's listening to because if she knows all the words too, she's like, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I can't understand anything.
Yeah,
Not at all.
yeah.
Not at all.
I
So
definitely show my age.
it's quite all right. It's quite all right. So tell me, is there anything else cool you want to talk about? Like, tell me about yourself. What else you like to do besides yoga?
Um, well, there's a number of things. So let me start about with what else I'm involved in. There's
Please.
also a great program called Girls Mentor Girls that a good friend
That's
of
what I was
mine
pushing
started
for.
a number of years ago. So
Mhm.
she started off as a school social worker in a middle school in the Bronx, and she started doing some after school programming. And these young women were always coming to her, and they had so many needs. So she started a peer mentoring program so they could sort of help each other out.
Mhm.
And as the girls progressed and grew older and graduated, she had some of them come back and work with
Nice.
the younger girls. So it grew, and she did this for about 10 years.
Mm.
Um, and she had a 10-year anniversary party that I went to, and I knew she was doing this mentoring program thing, but I didn't really know like how extensive it was. And some of the young women spoke about their experience and how it impacted them, and I was so moved.
Mhm.
And I was like, you have to do this more. And she was already like, she'd meet them on the weekends in the library, take them on trips over the summertime. She like,
Yeah.
and this was all her time, her money, everything. So
Mhm.
I'm like, you need help because we need to keep you in this. We
Yeah,
can't have you
definitely.
burn out. We can't, we need to keep this going. So she started the nonprofit 2 years ago, Girls Mentor Girls. And they're in the Bronx. There's a little over 20 young women involved.
Mhm.
Some of the young women that started off like in middle school are now college graduates. We have one of the mentors in law school, so they're doing amazing things, and they're working with the middle school girls, and it's really a great program. And if you check them out and you hear from them personally what they experience and how they, because a lot of them are going through rough patches. Aside from the pressures of school, they have other things going
Yeah.
on at home, just in the community. They support each other through COVID. They've kept meeting virtually online every
Yeah.
every 2 weeks. She definitely makes sure they're exposed to different things in terms of educational opportunities. Um, she takes them to college fairs, career fairs. We have people come in and do like financial education with them, vision boarding,
Mhm.
health education, just a whole array of things that they don't get in the school, aside from the sisterhood and
No, that's
support that
dope.
they have with
That's
each
definitely
other.
dope. So
Yeah.
I will reach out to her next year. I actually do a scholarship with Black Girl Everything. We
Oh,
did so this year will be our third year actually doing it. It's actually grown. The first year was 500. Last year we did like 750. Very excited on my
wow.
little scholarship.
Nice.
Buy a couple of books. So this year I'm breaking 1,000. I'm putting it out there in the universe.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So rest people have to honestly just be like girls, and they don't even have to be going to college. They just have to have a plan and write a killer essay about what their intentions are to do. Because I'm not to sit here and say that everybody needs to go to university to be successful. Yes, I have a lot of degrees, but it doesn't mean that's for everybody. So people can have a plan to start their own business or go to trade school or I don't know, be an electrician. Electricians are really cool people. I
Yeah.
love them.
And,
And
and they
so
make
as long as
they make
people,
decent money too.
they do, they do. My wife's an electrician. Very excited about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like for me, I just want all girls of color to have make it. They're saying that out loud now for your organization that you are part of, because it seems like they're producing really strong young ladies. It'd be great for them to be part of the opportunity to get the scholarship for next year for 2022.
Yeah.
The application goes out. I usually drop it every year on January 1st.
Okay. We'll look out for that. So I kind of came into Girls Mentor Girls as a board member, the board chair, but somehow again, I was able to sort of, I guess, connect everything together.
Yeah.
So, so earlier this year, I'm trying to figure out how it started. I'm not really sure how it started. I guess my daughter and I, my daughter, she actually ended up joining Girls Mentor Girls a little late as a mentor because she was also moved by what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a mentor with them. And aside from that, she helps me out a lot with a lot of the Wellness Connection projects. We also do yoga classes for Hostels Community College. We were doing those
Mm-hmm.
virtually for a while. So she alternates with me and she teaches yoga, and we do yoga in the park in the summertime in Van Portland. Um,
Nice.
So she was alternating with me, and you know, they asked her to also share that with the mentors and mentees at one of the events, and she did that as well. And you know, the young women loved it, and so we thought, you know, why just her? Why not have some other people?
Hmm.
You know, have some other young women, because I think it's also important to have that representation, to have someone that looks like you, and we don't have a lot of people that look like us doing these things. And I know for myself, I was very intimidated to go to yoga class. I just felt
Hmm.
like I wouldn't fit in, you know, I wouldn't be able to keep up.
Yeah.
So when you said you were there and you were keeping up, I'm like, great for you, because I was so intimidated, you know, by doing that. I just didn't think I was built right. I didn't think you know, it wasn't for me. I didn't feel like it was a safe space. So we want to create safe spaces
Hmm.
for people to be comfortable, to be
Yeah.
who they are. So we started the yoga fellowship program, and we have another mentor that's now training to be a yoga teacher. My daughter's also completing training.
Hmm.
And we're rolling out next year. They're also going to train children's yoga. We're going to start
Nice.
offering we're going to start offering yoga classes for kids that they're going to run, the mentors. So I'm
Ooh.
excited about that. And then we also had another opportunity. So my other passion is traveling, which has been sort of stunted a little bit
Hmm.
with this virus going around, but
Yeah.
it's picking back up. I'm getting back out. So right before this all hit, I was able to take a trip to Ghana, and
Mm.
I went for the year of the return, which was the end of 2019. And basically the idea
Uh-huh.
was to go back. It was 400 years of the first slave ship leaving the west coast of Africa, which was like Jamestown, in Ghana to Jamestown, Virginia. So
Yeah.
we went and we visited a whole bunch of cultural sites. And anyway, the point is, I connected with a lot of people there. It was a really great experience. It was the best trip I ever took. It
Hmm.
was just, um, I can't even describe. So I know some people over there. We're planning a tour later on this year, well, next year, June.
Hmm.
And we're also going to be doing a lot of wellness activities. So it's going to be part of the tour. We're going to have a 1 day retreat, which I'm myself is going to be running along with the mentors.
Ooh.
So we're bringing two of the mentors with us to Ghana, and they're going to help run yoga and meditation. And then we're going to also work on a community project. One of the projects that we worked on before, which we're going to continue again, is a Black Doll project.
Hmm.
Um, so what I found out was that they were not selling any Black dolls in Ghana.
In Ghana?
um, yeah, so a friend of mine who lives there now, she's from Mount Vernon originally,
Okay.
and she now lives in Ghana. And she's back and forth, but she has a house there, and she's the one that took us on the tour. She said they had a big cultural celebration, and all the young children had white dolls, which is nothing wrong with white dolls, but why aren't there any Black dolls? Why don't these children have anything that represents who they are, so they can feel proud of, you know, how they look?
So
And
interesting.
I was amazed and appalled. So we started the Black Doll Project, and we collected, I think it was like 700 that year, 700 dolls, um,
Wow.
in the middle of 2020 during COVID. And we also collected some money. So we it was a combination of physical dolls and cash. So we were able
Uh-huh.
to, well, they distributed. I didn't get to go.
Okay.
I wanted to go back for the distribution, but I didn't get to go because of everything going on. But they distributed
Yeah.
over $700 to the kids in the communities, and along with that, they had workshops that talked about, you know, self-esteem and pride and things like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just educating them. So I thought that was great. So we're going to continue that. So it's going to be part of what we do. So when we go in June, I actually get to be there.
So you guys are going in June. So the tour thing you talking about in the retreat is going to be in June in Ghana?
It's going to be in June. All are welcome. I'm just trying to think. Did I put the information? The information is on my Instagram and my Facebook. Yeah, it's not on my website, but they can
Mhm.
always contact me, get information. Yeah, so we're
And what
gonna.
is your
It's gonna.
Instagram?
Um, there's the Wellness Connection LLC, and there's also Keisha __Cox.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So it's gonna be a combination of things. There's also a group, and I'm trying to remember the name. It's not coming to me right now, but they're going to be doing workshops around financial, I guess, just financial freedom and investment and things like that too. So it's going to be a combination. It's going to be the cultural tour. There's going to be wellness piece. It's going to be a financial education and investment piece.
Mhm.
And also a community service piece.
All right, dope,
Yeah.
dope, 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 dope.
Yeah.
That all sounds really, really cool, Keisha. I
Yeah.
would love to learn more definitely about that. Not sure if I can make it to Ghana in 2022, but I'll put it on my calendar.
Definitely, definitely. So that's my plan in the future too, is to do more because I love traveling, is to
Yeah.
merge the traveling with the wellness. So just I'm working on Ghana, but for 2023, there'll definitely be another destination as well.
Oh, just keep me posted because I would love to jump
Yeah.
on there, especially because you're doing stuff that is actually near and dear to my heart. Like Black Girl Everything would love to like donate Black dolls towards the movement.
Okay.
And I'll definitely have my collective because now you're part of the collective too, by the way. Once you interview with me, you become part of this network. And what happens is if people need something or they want cool things to donate and be part of, your name comes right out of my mouth. And I sit
Okay,
there and say,
great.
well, this is what she's doing, this is what she's with her movement. And that's how we pretty much work and support each other. And everybody's businesses have grown. Because I've also started in 2020. People are selling and it's really their reach is extended because of the Black Girl Everything movement. So now you're part of it. So yeah, so just keep me posted on anything and everything that you're doing because we want to be there and give back and be part of such great things.
Okay, that's great. And likewise, I know you had like a really great event recently. I mean, I heard great things about all your events. Unfortunately, I was still in Connecticut, but now that I'm back in Westchester, I
Yeah.
can definitely get there a lot more easily.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now, the wintertime, I might take a break. I don't really do much during the winter, especially this one, because I'm finalizing working on my book, and that's near and dear to my heart, and I need to get that done. So I said I'm not going to do any BGE events, and then I'm just really working on the Treat 2022, which is next October. So I'm keeping it light, keeping
Yeah.
it light, and also some safe spaces I'm trying to open up in Mount Vernon. Actually, no, safe spaces that I will be opening in spring of 2022. So
Yeah.
the universe shall bless me with the opportunity to get it done. All right. So, but Keisha, thank you so much for your time today. Can you please share again how people can find you?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram, The Wellness Connection LLC, and then also on my name is just Keisha Cox on Facebook, and on Instagram is Keisha _, it's KEI, by the way, SHA ___.